like to welcome you to the House of Thrillers. I'm Scully, the author that reads to you. Tonight we're going to be rehearsing the Shawshank Redemption. Looking for a few people out there to fill a few roles, so y'all come on up if you're interested in doing a little audition tonight. Welcome to the show, LBG. It's DJ is, sound check. We got Nez Lover in the studio back there getting ready to come on up here. Monarch Garden, welcome to the show. It's RPI Paranormal. Our wonderful Burnt Flowers Fallen, playing the role of Red and Brooks. Angela Critters. Sound check. How's that sound? It's Caucasian Sasquatch. All right, Janica, welcome to the show. Smoked Out 420. Smoked Out 420. It's one the Louisiana style. Yeah, it sounds good. I pulled my mic down a little bit. I'm just clipping out. Gemma's Journey Grace. Hey, darling. The Bud Files. It's Be Miss. Smoked Out 420. Hey, Orpuff Tingles. Welcome. TWP Popcorn. TWP. Maroska TWP. Naughty Nikki. Naughty Nikki. All right. I see Bingus in the chat. I think he's backstage, actually. Yeah, he's back there. Playing the main role of Andy Dufresne. Nez Lover will be playing the Warden Norton. We're looking for somebody to play the young Tommy, who comes in sort of the middle of the show. Look at my list here. I'm inclined to keep the role of Haywood, but if I find somebody to play Haywood, we may roll with that too. But right now, looking like the crazy character of Hadley, we're looking at Sasquatch right now on that. So, hey, Kimmy Kins, welcome. Yeah, everybody's rip-roaring and ready to go. I got the script nice and cleaned up. We may end up cutting out a few more scenes, but this is a long one, and it's taken some time to really pull it together. As we all know, there's always extenuating circumstances tend to hold up these shows at times, but it's coming together nice, and I'm looking forward to another all-star cast. Right now we have Izzy Pop backstage running some graphics. She's controlling the music. She will control your volume if you get too high or low. So let's see, Steve-O's rip-roaring ready to go. I got a couple sections in this script highlighted where we all do some taunts and jeers together. That ought to be a lot of fun. For those of you who don't know this story, keep an open mind. It's pretty hardcore. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and pull up this script here, get rolling. Make sure everybody can read that. I mean, I'm saying by next Tuesday, we all got a script in hand, and
looks good.
Yeah, I got to think a bit better font on there.
Should have went with Comic Sans.
So, all right. Make sure I'm set here. Looks good. I'll be on the other screen there, Izzy, looking at the script as we move along. So kick me in the shin if you need to, or whatever.
Or scratch.
We're my volume sound pretty good. Check, 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 check. Hey, hey.
1, 2, 3. Check.
ABC.
Sounds
Check.
good. We're in the interior of the Plymouth at night in 1946. Andy Dufresne, mid-20s, wears wire-rimmed glasses, a three-piece suit. Under normal circumstances, a respectable, solid citizen, hardly dangerous, perhaps even meek. But these circumstances are far from normal. He's disheveled, unshaven, and very drunk. A cigarette smolders in his mouth. His eyes, flinty and hard, are riveted to the bungalow up the path. He can actually hear them fucking from here. He raises a bottle of bourbon and knocks it back. The radio plays softly, painfully romantic, taunting him. We fade to black. It's a familiar scene. The DA holds the jury spellbound with his closing. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard all the evidence, you know all the facts. We have the accused at the scene of the crime. We have footprints, tire tracks, bullets scattered on the ground, which bears fingerprints. A broken bourbon bottle, likewise with fingerprints. Most of all, we have a beautiful young woman and her lover lying dead in each other's arms. They had sinned, but was their crime so great as to merit a death sentence? He gestures to Andy sitting quietly with his attorney. Want somebody else to take that?
You want me to do it, Scully?
Yes, ma'am.
The DA. I suspect Mr. Dufresne's answer to that would be yes. I further suspect that he carried out that sentence on the night of September 21st, this year of our Lord, 1946, by putting 4 bullets into his wife and another 4 into Glenn Quinton.
Let me ask everybody something real quick. Does everybody know how to pronounce Andy's name?
Dufresne.
Is it Dufresne?
Dufresne.
Dufresne, like refrain? Dufresne?
Dufresne. He's French.
Dufresne.
Dufresne.
Dufresne. Okay. Good. The verdict
Dufresne.
is guilty. Eric Sasquatch, you be the judge.
You strike me as a particularly icy and remorseless man, Mr. Dufresne. It chills my blood just to look at you. By the power vested in me by the state of Maine, I hereby order you to serve 2 life sentences back to back, 1 for each of your victims. So be it.
Very good. He raps his gavel as we now see a prison cell, its bars illuminated by the light. It's the interior of the Shawshank hearing room in the day, 1947. Red enters, removes his cap, and waits by the chair. We see by your file you served 20 years of a life sentence. You feel you've been rehabilitated?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I've learned my lesson. I can honestly say I'm a changed man. I am no longer a danger to society. That's the God's honest truth. No doubt about it.
The men just stare at him. One stifles a yawn. Close up on the parole form, a big rubber stamp slams down, rejected in red ink. The exterior of the exercise yard at Shawshank Prison at dusk. High stone walls topped with snaky concertina wire, set off at intervals by looming guard towers. Y'all stick with me if I skip down sometimes. So Red emerges into the fading daylight, slouches low-key through the activity. Worn cap on his head, exchanging hellos and doing minor business. He's an important man here.
There's a con like me in every prison in America, I guess. I'm the guy who can get it for you. Cigarettes, a bag of reefer, if you're partial, a bottle of brandy to celebrate your kid's high school graduation. Damn near anything, within reason.
He slips somebody a pack of smokes. Smooth sleight of hand.
Yes, sir, I'm a regular Sears and Roebuck.
Maybe we'll have a little sound effect there, maybe, but he is the main tower, drawing everybody's attention to the loading dock. The outer gate swings open, revealing a gray prison bus outside.
So when Andy Dufresne came to me in 1949 and asked me to smuggle in Rita Hayworth, I told him no problem, and it wasn't.
Red is joined by Haywood, Skeet, Lloyd, Jagger, Ernie, Snooze. Most comms crowd to the fence to gawk and jeer, but Red and his group mount the bleachers and settle in comfortably. The interior of the bus. Andy sits in the back, wearing a steel collar and chains.
Andy came to Shawshank Prison in early 1947 for murdering his wife and the fella she was banging. On the outside, he'd been a vice president of a large Portland bank. Good work for a man as young as he was, when you consider how conservative banks were back then.
Guards approach the bus with carbines. The door jerks open. The new fish disembark, chained together single file, blinking sourly at their surroundings. Byron Hadley, captain of the guard, slams his baton into Andy's bag. Andy goes to his knees, gasping in pain.
Fish.
Ooh, look at that man. Yum, yum, my. Look at that spread. Yeah, that's
You look mighty cute, boy.
That's great. That's what I want to hear, right? That's exactly what
I give that a 10 out of 10 colors.
Got pretty lips there, boy.
I'm gonna make you squeal like a pig. But where do you want to go with this, man? I'm pretty sure this crew will walk through the gates of hell with you. Let's go.
So who's doing Hadley?
Sasquatch is going to play Hadley.
Okay.
On your feet before I fuck you up so bad you never walk again.
We pan to Red.
There they are, boys. The human charm bracelet.
Never seen such a sorry looking.
Wait a minute. That's a different character.
That's
you're Hadley.
Haywood, I'm sorry. Jesus, my Jesus.
I'm going to play Haywood until I find the right character. I feel like he's kind of a roughneck country guy. Just got put away, I've never seen such a sorry looking heap of mac of shit in my life. So one of y'all to pick up this character here, Jigger.
Take a pick, man. I don't think anybody's picky.
Let's let Bingus be the Jigger.
Coming from you, Haywood, you being so pretty and all.
Taking bets today, Red.
Bear Catholic. Hope shit in the woods? All right. Smoke's a coin. Better choice.
Smokes, put me down for 2.
High roller. Who's your horse?
A gangly sack of shit. 3rd from the front. He'll be the first.
Bullshit. I'll take that action.
Me too.
Other hands go up. Red jots the names. You were out some smoke, son. Take my word.
Yes, the smart you call it.
I see that chubby fat ass. Let's see 5th from the front. Put me down for a quarter bet.
That's 5 cigarettes on fat ass. Any takers?
More hands go up. Andy and the others are paraded along, forced by their chains to take tiny baby steps. They flinch under the barrage of jeers and shouts. The old timers shaking the fence, trying to make the newcomers shit their pants. Sk, sk, sk. It's the new fish and shout back. Mostly they look terrified, especially Andy.
I must admit, I didn't think much of Andy first time I laid eyes on him. He might have been important on the outside, but in here he was just a little turd in prison grays. Looked like a stiff breeze would blow him over. That was my first impression of the man.
What you say, Red?
Little fella on the end, definitely. A steak half a pack. Any takers?
Rich bit.
Come on, boys, who's gonna prove me wrong? Floyd? Skeet? Joe? Haywood? 4 brave souls, 10 smokes apiece. That's it, gentlemen. This window's closed.
Red pockets his notepad. A voice comes over the PA speakers.
Return to your cell blocks for evening count.
The interior of the emitting area at dusk. The new fish are marched in. Guards unlock the shackles. The chains drop away, rattling to the stone floor.
Eyes front.
Warden Samuel Norton strolls forth. Colorless man in a gray suit and a church pin in his lapel. He looks like he could piss ice water. He appraises the newcomers with flinty eyes.
This is Mr. Hadley, Captain of the Guard. I am Mr. Norton, the Warden. You are sinners and scum. That's why they sent you to me. Rule number 1, no blaspheming. I'll not have the Lord's name taken in vain in my prison. The other rules you'll figure out as you go along. Any questions?
Cued by Norton's glance, Hadley steps up to the con and screams right in his face.
You eat when we say you eat. You piss when we say you piss. You shit when we say you shit. You sleep when you say you sleep. You maggot dick motherfucker.
Hadley rams the tip of his club into the con's belly. The man falls to his knees. Gasping and clutching himself, Hadley takes his place at Norton's side again.
Any other questions? I believe in 2 things, discipline and the Bible. Here you'll receive both. Put your faith in the Lord. Your ass belongs to me. Welcome to Shawshank.
Off of them clothes. And I didn't say take all damn day doing it, did I?
Hadley shoves the first con into a steel cage open at the front. 2 guards open up with a fire hose. Con is slammed against the back of the cage, sputtering and hollering. Seconds later, the water is cut and the con yanked out.
Delouse that piece of shit. Next man.
Interior, cell block 5. 3 tiers to a side, concrete and steel. Gray and imposing. Andy and the others are marched in, still naked, carrying their clothes and Bibles. The cons in their cells greet them with taunts and jeers.
Hey, how you doing, Freshman? You come see me. Come up and see me sometime, man.
And one by one, the new men are shown to their cells and locked in with a clang of steel.
The first night's the toughest, no doubt about it. They march in naked as the day you're born. Fresh from a Bible reading, skin burning and half blind from that delousing shit they throw on you. And then when they put you in that cell, and when those bars slam home, that's when you know it's for real. Old life blown away in the blink of an eye. A long, cold season in hell stretching out ahead. Nothing left but all the time in the world to think about it.
Red listens to the clanging blood. He watches Andy and a few others being brought up to the second tier.
Most new fish come close to madness the first night. Somebody always breaks down crying. Happens every time. The only question is, who's it gonna be?
Andy's led past and given a cell at the end of the tier.
It's as good as a thing to bet as any, I guess. I had my money on Andy Dufresne.
Fade to interior of Andy's cell at night. Bars slam home. Andy's alone in a cell, clutching his clothes. He gazes around at his new surroundings, taking it in. Slowly begins to dress himself. Red lies on the bunk below us, tossing his baseball toward the ceiling and catching it again. He pauses, listening. Footsteps approach below. Unhurried, echoing hollowly on stone.
That's lights out, good ladies. Good night.
The lights bump off in sequence. The guard exits, footsteps echoing away. Darkness now, silence.
I remember my first night. Seems long time ago now.
Red looms from the darkness, leans on the bars, listens, waits. From somewhere below come faint, ghastly tittering.
Fishy, fishy, fishy. Fishy.
Ooh, you're gonna like it.
Like it here.
Gonna make where's your daddy's never good duck the dick down your mama's. You taking this down, new fish? Gonna be a quiz later.
That's good stuff, baby. That's good stuff. I like that one. That's good.
Somebody laughs. Look at that. Fresh meat.
Boys always go fishing with first timers, and they don't quit till they reel someone in. Fishy, fishy, fishy.
Fishy.
Hey, baby, come on up here.
Fishy.
Come on and see me.
You got a real pretty mouth, boy.
And one man's pacing like a caged animal. Another sits on his cuticles bloody. Third is weeping silently. Fourth dry heaving into the toilet. Red waits at the bars, smoking, listening. He cranes his head, peers down toward Andy's cell. Nothing, not a pea.
Badass, oh badass! Talk to me, boy. I know you in there. Yeah, you breathing, boy. Now don't you listen to these nitwits here.
Fat ass is crying, trying not to hyperventilate.
This ain't such a bad place.
I'll introduce you around, make you feel right at home. I know some big old bull queers who love to make your acquaintance, especially that big white mushy buddy of yours.
New fish.
That's it.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
Fat
man.
ass lets out a loud wail of despair.
Oh God, I don't belong here. I want to go.
Fresh fish.
I want to go. I want my mother.
I heard your mother. She wasn't that great.
That's awesome. And that's right. The lights bump on. Guards pour in, led by Hadley himself.
What the Christ is this happy shit?
He took the Lord's name in vain, I'm telling the warden.
You'll be telling him with my baton up your ass.
Hadley arrives at Fat Ass's cell, bellowing through the bars.
What's your malfunction, you fat fucking barrel of monkey spunk?
Please, this ain't right. I ain't supposed to be here. Let me.
I ain't gonna count to 3, not even to 1. Now shut the fuck up before I sing you a lullaby.
Fat Ass keeps blubbering. He's freaking out. Hadley draws his baton, gestures to his men. Open it. Guard unlocks the cell. Hadley pulls Fat Ass out and starts beating him with the baton. brutally raining blows. Badass falls. He tries to crawl. Place goes dead silent. He passes out, and Hadley gets in a few more licks and finally stops.
Get this tub of shit down to the infirmary. If I hear so much as a mouse fart down here the rest of the night, by God and Sonny Genius, I missed it. By God and Sonny Jesus, you'll all visit the infirmary. Every last motherfucker here.
The guards wrestle Badass onto a stretcher and carry him off. Footsteps echo away. Lights off. Darkness again. Silence. Red stares through the bars at the main floor below. His eyes were riveted to the small puddle of blood where Badass went down.
His first night in the joint, Andy Dufresne cost me 2 packs of cigarettes. He never made a solid.
Interior cell block 5 in the morning. Master locks are thrown. All the cons stepping from their cells, lining the tiers.
Come.
The guards holler their head counts to the head bull who jots on the clipboard. Red peers at Andy, checking him out. Andy stands in line, collar button, hair combed. Interior of the mess hall in the morning. Andy goes through the breakfast line, gets a scoop of clop on his tray. He carefully fishes it out with his fingers. It's a squirming maggot. Andy grimaces, unsure what to do with it. Brooks Hatlin, sitting closest to Andy, age 65. Senior citizen, long-standing resident.
You gonna eat that?
I hadn't planned on it.
You mind?
Andy passes the maggot to Brooks. Brooks examines it, rolling it between his fingertips like a man checking out a fine cigar. Andy's riveted with apprehension.
Nice and ripe.
Andy can't bear to watch. Brooks opens up his sweater and feeds the maggot to a baby crow nestled in an inside pocket. Andy breathes a sigh of relief.
Jake says thanks. Fell out of his nest over by the plate shop. I'm looking after him till he's old enough to fly.
Andy nods, proceeds to eat. Haywood approaches.
Oh, Christ, here he comes.
Morning, boys. It's a fine morning. You know why it's fine. Haywood plops his tray down and sits. The men start pulling out cigarettes and handing them down. That's right. Send them all down. I want to see them lined up in a row. Pretty-ass chorus line. An impressive pile forms. Haywood bends down and inhales deeply, smelling the aroma. It's
Smell
rich.
my ass!
Gee, Red. Terrible shame your horse coming in last and all. Hell, I sure do love that horse of mine. I believe I owe that boy a big sloppy quick kiss when I see him.
Give him some of your cigarettes instead, cheap bastard.
Say, Tyrell, you pull infirmary duty this week. How's that winning horse of mine anyway?
Dead. Hadley busted his head pretty good. Doc already went home for the night. Poor bastard lay there till this morning. By then,
He shakes his head, turns back to his food. The silence mounts. Haywood glances around. Men resume eating.
What was his name?
What? What'd you say?
I was wondering if anyone knew his name.
What the fuck you care, new fish? Doesn't matter what his fucking name was, he's dead. The interior of the prison laundry at day. A deafening noise of industrial washers and presses. Andy works the laundry line. The interior of the showers. Boggs looms from a billowing steam, smiling, checking Andy up and down. Rooster and Pete appear from the sides. Sister.
Am I doing Boggs?
Who was that talking about that earlier about maybe taking some of this out?
Yeah, I was saying something about it, dropping some of the bog stuff.
What do y'all think?
I mean, you might be able to
scroll down a little further. I want to see the interaction between Boggs and whoever else is there. Is it just Boggs by himself?
That's Boggs and Andy, and
right.
And then you got Boggs.
I mean, there's another scene later where they kind of get at him, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's just skip that.
There's really not much there, to be honest. It's just Boggs being a dork.
I mean, I've got to trim some fat here, you guys. Yeah. So
it's fine.
It's just got to be done. Okay, I think we can maybe pick up here or something. Let's see.
Okay, but for the record, who's doing Boggs tonight?
I think he's just deleting Boggs tonight.
Okay.
Well, we may get to a part with him later, so we do need to figure out who's going to play Boggs. I did it originally, but I mean, it's a pretty gruff voice, so whatever. I mean, I think with Sasquatch, with you doing, I mean, truthfully, I don't think Boggs has that many lines, so.
He does. There's one bit, if I remember right, where him and someone else are kind of going back and forth.
But if you know, you're gonna sound too much like Hadley when you try to do Boggs, I think.
Oh, really? Exactly what do you want from me?
Well, that's not too bad. We'll let you try it then.
You want some Boggs over here like
I
this?
don't think anybody wanted to play Boggs anyway, you know, the way he is.
Yeah.
It's kind of borderline.
Oh, he's crazy.
I think he'd be perfect for the role.
I do too.
Well, that shows you what the fuck you think about me, huh? Don't forget, you got a real pretty mouth, boy. I'm sorry, I love that line. Hey, can I do Boggs as as Alex Jones?
No.
Oh, come on. You know you got a really pretty mouth, boy.
I mean, if he's a faggot like he is, I would just say go the other way, make him really flamboyant, you know.
I withdraw the question.
Okay, let's see here.
And since you broke his nose, you're gonna swallow what he gives you to swallow.
That's good stuff. We could do a total dressing version of this one, right? Oh man, this would be awesome. Imagine if it was an all woman's prison.
All right, so
Penal
Red's
colony.
playing catch with Haywood and Jigger. He's laid. Okay, Andy takes this as a cue to amble over. Haywood and Jigger pause, watching.
One thing, Scully, I don't know if Pat's fan wants to come in. He's pretty good at voices.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's see what we got.
Pat's fan.
Let's see if Izzy can't pull Pat's fan in.
And then I'll take it from Andy.
I might need to drop the link.
It's in the stream.
It's already there.
He's pretty good.
Scully, I have been dropping the StreamYard link. I don't know who you're asking to come up.
I think Pat's fan wants to come up and read a few lines.
I already dropped the link.
We'll continue on. You'll keep your eye on that.
I'll bring them up if they pop up.
Yeah, that's good. Let's see where we at here. So Andy takes this as a cue to amble over. Haywood and Jigger pause, watching.
Hello, I'm Andy Dufresne.
Red glances at the hand, ignores it. The game continues.
The wife killing banker.
How'd you know that?
I keep my ear to the ground. Why'd you do it?
I didn't, since you asked.
Oh, you'd fit right in then. Everyone's innocent here, don't you know that? Haywood, what you in for, boy?
I didn't do it. Lawyer fucked me.
See?
Red gives Andy a look. See?
What else have you heard?
People say you're a cold fish. They say you think your shit smells sweeter than ordinary. That true?
What do you think?
Ain't made my mind up yet.
Well, I understand you're a man who knows how to get things.
I'm known to locate certain things from time to time. They seem to fall in my hands. Maybe it's because I'm Irish.
I'm wondering if you could get me a rock hammer.
What is it and why?
You make your customers' motives a part of your business, Red?
Well, if you wanted a toothbrush, I wouldn't ask questions. I just quote a price. A toothbrush, see, is a non-lethal sort of object.
Fair enough. A rock hammer is about 8 or 9 inches long, looks like a miniature pickaxe with a small, sharp pick on one end and a blunt hammerhead on the other. It's for rocks.
Rocks.
Andy squats, motions Red to join him. Andy grabs a handful of dirt and sifts it through his hands. He finds a pebble and rubs it clean. Has a nice milky glow. Tosses it to Red.
Quartz.
Quartz, sure. And look, mica, shale, silted granite. There's some graded limestone from when they cut this place out of the hill.
So?
I'm a rock hound. At least I was in my old life. I'd like to be again on a limited scale.
Yeah, or maybe plant your toy in somebody's skull.
I have no enemies here.
No? Just wait.
Red flicks his gaze past Andy. Boggs is watching them.
Word gets around. The sisters have taken a real shine to you. Yes, they have. Especially Boggs.
Tell me something. Would it help if I explained to them I'm not a homosexual?
Neither are they. You have to be human first. They don't qualify. Bull queers take by force. That's all they want or understand. I'd grow eyes in the back of my head if I were you.
Thanks for the advice.
That comes free, but you understand my concern.
If there's trouble, I doubt a rock hammer will do me any good.
And I guess you'll want to escape. Tunnel under a wall, maybe. Did I miss the joke? What's so funny?
You'll know when you see the rock hammer, Red.
What's this item usually go for?
$7 in any rock and gem shop.
Well, my standard markup's 20%. We're talking about a special object. Risk goes up, price goes up. Call it $10 even.
10 it is.
I'll see what I can do. But it's a waste of money.
Oh?
Folks who run this place love surprise inspections. They turn a blind eye to some things, but not a gadget like that. They'll find it, you'll lose it. Mention my name, we'll never do business again. Not for a pair of shoelaces or a stick of gum. You understand?
I understand. Thank you, Mr.
Red. The name's Red.
Red. I'm Andy. Pleasure doing business with you.
They shake hands and Andy strolls off. Red watches him go.
I could see why some of the boys took him for snobby. He had a quiet way about him, a walk and a talk that just wasn't normal around here. He strolled, like a man in a park, without a care or a worry, like he had on an invisible coat that would shield him from this place. Yes, I think it would be fair to say I liked Andy from the start.
That's the interior of the mess hall in the day. Red gets his breakfast and heads for a table. Andy falls in step, slips him a tightly folded square of paper. Red's cell at night, lying on his bunk, he unfolds the square. It's a $10 bill.
He was a man who adapted fast.
Interior of the prison laundry. Leonard catches Red's eye and turns and grabs a specific stack of clean sheets. He hands it across to Red. 2 packs of cigarettes slide out of Red's hand into Leonard's. It's just as Andy described. Red laughs softly.
Andy was right. I finally got the joke. It would take a man about 600 years to tunnel under the wall with one of these.
Interior cell block 5.
Book.
Brooks nods, never misses a beat. Rolls the cart to Andy's cell, mutters through the bars.
Middle shelf wrapped in a towel.
Andy's hand snakes through the bars and makes the object disappear. Brooks continues on, scooping cigarettes off the cart into his pocket. We're in the back rooms in the stock area in the day 1947. Dark, tangled maze of rooms and corridors. We find Boggs Diamond in the aisle, blocking Andy's way. Rooster looming from the shadows to his right. Pete Burnett's on the left, frozen bee. Andy slams the hex light to the floor, rips off the top, and scoops out a double handful.
You get this in your eyes, it blinds you.
Oh, honey, hush.
Andy backs up, holding them at bay. But they're on him in an instant, kicking and stomping.
I wish I could tell you that Andy fought the good fight, and the sisters let him be. I wish I could tell you that. But prison is no fairy tale world, because Scully needs to pull down the script.
Y'all having fun?
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call comedic timing.
That is what we'll call him.
Oh my God, he's plodding through his days. He's working and he's eating and he's ska. Then he's shaping his rocks after lights out.
Things went on like that for a while. Prison life consists of routine, and then more routine.
Andy walks the yard, face swollen and bruised.
Every so often, Andy would show up with fresh bruises.
Andy eats breakfast. A few tables over, Boggs blows him a kiss.
And the sisters kept at him. Sometimes he was able to fight him off, sometimes not.
Andy backs into a corner, some dingy part of the prison, wildly swinging a rake at his tormentors.
He always fought. That's what I remember. He fought because he knew if he didn't fight, it would make that much easier to not fight next time. Oh.
The rake connects, scraping off somebody's skull. They beat the hell out of him.
Half the time it landed him in the infirmary. The other half, it landed him in solitary.
The interior of the prison laundry at day. Andy's working the line.
And that's how it went for Andy. That was his routine. I do believe those first 2 years were the worst for him. And I also believe if things had gone on that way, this place would have got the best of him. But then in the spring of 1949, the powers that be decided that
The roof of the license plate factory needs resurfacing. I need a dozen volunteers for a week's work. We're going to be taking names in this steel bucket here.
Red glances around at his friends. Andy also catches his eye.
it was outdoor detail, and May is one damn fine month to be working outdoors.
Exterior of the prison yard at day 1949. Con shuffle past, dropping slips of paper into a bucket.
More than 100 men volunteered for the job.
And Red saunters to a guard named Tim Youngblood, mutters discreetly in his ear. Youngbloods pulling names, reading them off. Red exchanges grins with Andy and the others.
And wouldn't you know it, me and some of the fellas I know were some of the names called.
Interior of the prison corridor at night, 1949. Red slips Youngblood 6 packs of cigarettes.
Only cost us a pack of smokes per man. I made my usual 20%, of course.
The license plate factory in the day, it's a tar cooker, bubbles and smoking. 2 cons dip up a bucket of tar and a tie rope to a handle. Rope goes taut. We're on the roof. We angle over to Byron Hadley, bitching sourly to his fellow guards.
Squatch.
Sorry, my daughter's texting me suddenly. So this shithead lawyer calls. Wait, wrong guy. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I'm not drunk this time. I swear to God, I'm sober. So this shithead lawyer calls long distance from Texas. He says, Byron Hadley. I say, yeah. He says, sorry to inform you, but your brother just died.
Damn, Byron, sorry to hear that.
All right, he was an asshole. Run off years ago. Family ain't heard of him since. Figured him dead for anyway. So this lawyer prick says your brother died a rich man, oil wells and shit. Close to $1 million. Jesus. It's freaking incredible how lucky some assholes can get. Who's trouble?
$1 million. Jeez Louise, you in any of that?
35,000. That's what he left me.
Dollars? Holy shit, that's great. Like winning a lottery. Ain't it?
Dumb shit. What do you figure the government's gonna do to me? Take a big wet bite out of my ass is what?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Maybe leave me enough to buy a new car with. Then what happens? You pay tax on the car, repairs and maintenance, goddamn kids pestering you to take them for a ride.
Can drive it if they're old enough.
That's right. One to drive it. One to learn on it, for Christ's fucking sake. Then you end of the year, if you figure the tax wrong, they make you pay out your own pocket. Uncle Sam puts his hand in. Your shirt squeezes your tittle till it turns. I'm screwing that one up. Let me try that again. Then at the end of the year, if you figure the tax wrong, they make you pay out of your own pocket. Uncle Sam puts his hand in your shirt, squeezes your tit till it's purple. Always get the short end. It's fact. Some brother shit.
The prisoners keep spreading tar, eyes on their work.
Poor Byron, what a terrible fucking look. Imagine inheriting $35,000.
Crying shame. Some folks got it real awful bad.
Red glances over. He's shocked to see Andy standing up, listening to the guards talk.
Psst, Andy, hey, you nuts? Keep your eyes on your pail.
Andy tosses his pad in the bucket and strolls toward Hadley.
Andy, come back. Shit.
Snooze. Well,
I need 2 minutes. I'm sorry.
no problem. Got you. What's he doing?
Getting himself killed.
God damn it.
Just keep spreading tar. The guards stiffen at Andy's approach. Youngblood's hand goes to his holster. Tower guards click-clack their rifle bolts. Hadley turns, stupefied to find Andy there.
Mr. Hadley, do you trust your wife?
That's funny.
You're gonna look funny as sucking my dick with no fucking teeth.
What I mean is, do you think she'd go behind your back, try to hamstring you?
That's it, Mert. Step aside. This fucker's having himself an accident.
Hadley grabs Andy's collar and propels him violently toward the edge of the roof. The cons furiously keep spreading tar.
God, you gonna do it. You gonna knock him off the roof. Oh, fuck, Jesus.
Because if you do trust you, there's no reason in the world you can't keep every cent of that money.
Hadley abruptly jerks Andy to a stop right at the edge. In fact, Andy's past the edge. Beyond his balance, shoe tips scraping the roof. Only thing between him and an ugly drop to the concrete is Hadley's grip on the front of his shirt.
You better start making sense.
If you want to keep that money, all of it, just give it to your wife. See, the IRS allows you a one-time only gift to your spouse. It's good up to $60,000.
No, that ain't right. Tax-free?
Tax-free. IRS can't touch 1 cent.
Cons are pausing work, stunned by this business discussion.
You're the smart banker what shot his wife. Why should I believe a smart banker like you? So as I can wind up in here with you?
It's perfectly legal. Go ask the IRS. They'll say the same thing. Actually, I feel silly telling you all about this. I'm sure you would have investigated the matter yourself.
Fucking A. Don't need no smart wife killing banker to show me where the bear shit in the buckwheat.
Of course not. But you will need somebody to set up the tax-free gift. And that'll cost you. A lawyer, for example.
Ambulance chasing, highway robbing cocksuckers.
Or, come to think of it, I suppose I could set it up for you. That would save you some money. I'll write down the forms you need. You can pick them up and I'll prepare them for your signature, nearly free of charge. I'd only ask 3 beers apiece for my coworkers, if that seems fair.
Co-workers? Dang, that's rich, ain't it? Co-workers. Hadley freezes and with a look, Andy presses on.
I think a man working outdoors feels more like a man if he can have a bottle of suds. That's only my opinion.
The convicts stand gaping, all pretense of work gone. They look like they've been poleaxed. Hadley shoots them with luck.
What are you Jimmy staring at? Back to work, goddammit.
The exterior of the license plate factory. As before, an object is hauled up the side of the building by rope, only this time it's cooler beer and ice.
And that's how it came to pass, that on the second to last day of the job, the convict crew that tarred the plate factory roof in the spring of '49.
Exterior of the roof shortly later. Cons taking the sun and drinking beer.
Wound up sitting in a row at 10 o'clock in the morning, drinking ice-cold Black Label beer, courtesy of the hottest screw that ever worked a turn at Shawshank State Prison.
Drink up, boys, while it's cold.
The colossal prick even managed to sound magnanimous.
Red knocks back another sip, enjoying the bitter cold on his tongue and warm sun on his face.
We sat and drank with the sun on our shoulders and felt like free men. We could have been torn on the roof of one of our own houses. We were the lords of all creation.
He glances over to Andy, squatting apart from the others.
As for Andy, he spent that break hunkered in the shade, with a strange little smile on his face, watching us drink his beer.
Here's a cold one, Andy.
No thanks. I gave up.
Haywood drifts back to the others, giving them a look.
You could argue he done it to curry favor with the gods, or maybe a few friends amongst us cons. Me, I think he did it just to feel normal again, if only a short while.
The exterior prison yard, the bleachers at day. Andy and Red play checkers. Red makes his move.
King me.
Chess. Now there's a game of kings. Civilized. Strategic.
And totally fucking explicable. Hate the game.
Maybe you'll let me teach you someday. I've been thinking of getting a board together.
Well, you come to the right place. I'm the man who can get things.
We might do business on the board, but the pieces, I'd like to carve those myself. One side done in quartz, the opposing side in limestone.
That'd take you years.
Years I got. What I don't have are the rocks. Pickings here in the exercise yard are pretty slim.
How's that rock hammer working out for you anyways? Scratch your name in the wall yet?
Not yet. I suppose I should.
Andy, I guess we're getting to be friends, ain't we?
I suppose we are.
Can I ask you a question? Why'd you do it?
I'm innocent, remember? Just like everybody else in here.
Red takes this as a gentle rebuff, keeps playing.
What are you in for, Red?
Murder? Same as you.
Innocent?
The only guilty man in Shawshank.
Interior Andy's cell at night. Lies in his bunk after lights out, polishing a fragment of quartz by the light of the moon. Skip down there. Andy enters, backlit by the flickering glare of the projector, takes a seat next to him.
Here's the good part. Bugs come out of the walls to get his ass.
I know, I've seen it 3 times this month already.
Ray Milan starts screaming. The entire audience screams with him, high-pitched and hysterical. Andy fidgets.
Hey, can we talk business?
Sure. What do you want?
Rita Hayward. Can you get her?
No problem. Take a few weeks.
No.
I don't have her stuffed down my pants this very moment, sorry to say. Relax. What are you so nervous about? She's just a woman.
Andy nods, embarrassed. He gets up and hurries out. Red grins. Turns back to the movie. Movie projection booth, where they confront the startled projectionist and old con blinking at them through thick bifocals.
Take a walk.
I gotta change the wheels.
Said fuck off.
Man.
Terrified, the old man darts past excuse me, and out the door. Pete slams and locks it. Boggs shoves Andy to the center of the room.
Ain't you gonna scream?
Andy cocks his head at the projector.
They'd never hear me over that. Let's just get it over with.
Seemingly resigned, Andy turns around, leans on the rewind bench, curls his fingers around a full 1,000-foot reel of 35mm film. Rooster licks his lips, pushes past the others. He's gonna do Rooster. Hang on.
May 1st.
Okay.
A little too excited there, bud.
Okay,
Bro.
let's do this.
Yes.
Will film. Vicious art. He smashes it in the Rooster's face, bouncing him off the wall.
Fuck shit, he broke my nose.
Andy fights like hell. He's soon overpowered and forced to his knees. Bogg steps to Andy, pulls out an awl with a vicious 8-inch spike. Gives him a good long look at it.
Now I'm gonna open my fly and you're gonna swallow what I give you to swallow. When you do mine, you're gonna swallow Rooster's. I broke his nose, so I think he ought to have something to show for it.
Anything you put in my mouth, you're gonna lose.
You don't understand. You do that, I'll put all 8 inches of this steel in your ear.
Okay, but you should know that sudden serious brain injury causes the victim to bite down hard. In fact, I understand the bite reflex is so strong the victim's jaw have to be pried open with a crowbar.
Andy gets boot hill in the face. The sisters start kicking and beating the living shit out of him with anything they can get their hands on.
Boggs didn't put anything in Andy's mouth, and neither did his friends. But what they did do is beat him within an inch of his life.
The interior of the infirmary. Andy lies wrapped in bandages.
Andy spent a month in traction.
Interior solitary confinement in the day.
Boggs spent a week in the hole.
Bog sits on bare concrete. The steel door slides open.
Time's up, Boggs.
Interior cell block 5, third tier, dusk. Boggs coming up the stairs, smoking a cigarette. Not many cons around. Place is virtually deserted. A voice echoes dimly over the PA system.
Return to your cell blocks for evening count.
Boggs enters his cell. It's dark. He fumbles for the light. Or he can even open his mouth to say, "What the fuck?" Hadley rams the tip of his baton brutally into his solar plexus. He doubles over, gagging his window. Ground floor Ernie comes slowly around the corner, rolling a steel mop cart loaded with supplies. Etc., etc., etc.
See what I'm saying? There's a lot of bog stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna cut a lot of this out.
This is
See already. Really non sequitur. Smooth.
Bog's getting his butt kicked.
I mean, it's mostly non sequitur. So
You could sum it up with Boggs was beaten with an inch of his life. You could skip straight to the two things happened that day.
Yeah. Right there.
Yep. So two things never happened again after that. The sisters
Perfect.
never laid a
That
finger
was
on
perfect.
Andy again. And Boggs never walked again.
Good suggestion, Sasquatch. I think. Let me make a note right here.
You could feasibly
Cut it
skip
out.
everything after him
Wait,
walking
like,
into the yard. I mean, you don't have to know who actually beat him down.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just beautiful, babe.
That's just too funny.
That's good stuff. I'm still 6 inches. Okay. What? Wait, hold on. There's a threat, dude.
How's
You're not
that
supposed
look?
to.
How's that look right there?
That's funny.
Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect.
Okay, good.
And Boggs never walked.
wheelchair bound, wearing a neck brace.
They transferred him to a
Let
minimum.
me see, hang on a second.
No, he's just going to speed read right through it. Gorge. That's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard.
My most level.
Hang on a second.
There we go. And Boggs never walked again. They transferred him to the minimum security state hospital upstate. To my knowledge, he lived out the rest of his days drinking food through a straw.
It's pretty good. I like it.
Press the wrong button if I ain't careful.
It's like magic.
You shouldn't have changed that one, Scully, because it went from voiceover to straight line. See?
Yeah, and Boggs never walked again. Like,
Yeah.
where you keep moving.
So undo what you just did.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Wah, wah, wah. Undo, undo, undo. There we go.
There you go.
Leave it like
right.
that. That's fine. You can leave it just like that. That's fine.
Okay.
So yeah, Red talks, voiceover, Boggs never walked again, transferred him to there. And then they cut to Red and he says, I'm thinking Andy could use a nice welcome back present when he gets out of the infirmary.
Sounds good to us. Figure we owe him for a beer.
Man likes to play chess. Let's get him some rocks.
That's my favorite line in this whole movie.
Let's get him some rocks.
Okay. Chair of the prison laundry, huge detergent box.
He cut out the horse apple. And by the week Andy was due back, we had enough rocks saved up to keep him busy till rapture. We also got a big shipment in that week. Cigarettes, chewing gum, shoelaces, playing cards with little naked ladies on them, you name it. And of course, the most important item.
Tinder, Andy, so
Shouldn't he say what the most important item was? But that's just me. I'm a moron.
did I cut something
Rita
out?
Hayworth.
No.
No,
It's right
not really.
there,
I'm not sure he does say it.
No, he doesn't say it's.
He doesn't have to. It's in the narration.
There it is.
Settle down, Sasquatch.
Right in
Very
there.
confused.
It's all good.
Maybe I should start drinking.
Yeah, take another
Have a drink, Sasquatch.
Don't threaten me with a good drink.
Samantha Norton arrives. Andy
Oh, you did?
Norton.
Tossed in his bunk.
Looks
He
like I
takes the
picked
bottle
wrong
out of
week for
Andy's
smoking.
hand. Take that there, Nez.
I'm pleased to see you reading this. Any favorite passages?
Yes. Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh.
Luke, chapter 13, verse 35. I've always liked that one. But I prefer, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life.
Ah, John chapter 8, verse 12.
I hear you're a good man with numbers. Nice. A man should have a skill.
You want to explain this?
Andy glances over. Hadley's holding up a rock blanket, polishing cloth roughly the size of an oven mitt.
It's called a rock blanket. It's for shaping and polishing rocks. A little hobby of mine.
Hadley glances at the rocks lining the windowsill, turns to Norton.
Looks pretty clean. Some contraband here. Nothing to get my twist over.
Norton nods, strolls to the poster of Rita.
I can't say I approve of this, but I suppose exceptions can always be made.
Norton exits. The guards follow. The cell door is slammed and locked. Norton pauses, turns back.
I almost forgot.
He reaches through the bars and returns the Bible to Andy.
I'd hate to deprive you of this. Salvation lies within.
Norton and his men walk away.
Tossing cells was just an excuse. Truth is, Norton wanted to size Andy up.
We're in the interior ward in Norton's office. Andy's let in. Norton is sitting at his desk doing paperwork. Andy's eyes go to a framed needlepoint sampler on the wall. Behind him that reads, "His judgment cometh, and that right soon."
My wife made that in church group.
It's very pretty, sir.
You like working in the laundry?
No, sir, not especially.
Perhaps we can find something more befitting a man of your education.
Interior of the main building, storage rooms at the day. Series of bleak rooms stacked high with unused filing cabinets, desks, paint supplies, etc. Andy enters. He hears a flutter of wings. An adult crow lands on a filing cabinet, struts back and forth, checking him out. Andy smiles.
Hey, Jake, where's Brooks?
Brooks Hatland pokes his head out of the back room.
Andy, I thought I heard you out here.
I've been reassigned to you.
I know, they told me. Ain't that a kick in the ass? Oh, come on in. I'll give you the dime tool.
In the library, Brooks leads Andy into the bleakest back room of all. Rough plank shelves are lined with books. Brooks' private domain.
Here she is, the Shawshank Prison Library. Along this side, we got the National Geographics. That side, the Reader's Digest condensed books. Bottom shelf there, some Louis L'Amour and Earl Stanley Garniers. Every night, I pile up the cart, make my rounds. I write down the names on this clipboard here. Well, that's it. Easy peasy, yapping easy. Any questions?
Andy pauses. Something about this doesn't make sense.
Brooks, how long have you been librarian?
Since 1912. Yeah, 37 years.
In all that time, have you ever had an assistant?
Never needed one. Not much to it, is there?
So why now? Why me?
I don't know. Be nice to have some company down here for a change.
Dufresne!
Andy steps back into the outer rooms and finds Hadley with another guard. Huge fella named Deacons.
That's him. That's the one.
Hadley exits. Deacons approaches. He approaches Andy ominously. Andy stands his ground, waiting for whatever comes next. What about who wants to do Deacons?
Deacons. I've been thinking about maybe setting up some kind of trust fund for my kids' educations.
I say we go with that. Go with that. That's good.
Sounds like Pete Puma.
Andy covers his surprise, glances at Brooks. Brooks smiles.
I see. Well, why don't you have a seat and talk it over?
Pull down one of them desks there.
Andy and Deacons grab a desk standing on end and tilt it to the floor. They find chairs and settle in. Brooks returns with a tablet of paper and a pen, slides them before Andy.
So what did you have in mind? A weekly draw on your pay?
Yeah, I just figured stick it in the bank, but Captain Hadley says check with you first.
I love it. I absolutely love it. You can just keep it together through that. That's solid gold.
He was right. You don't want your money in a bank.
I don't.
What's that going to earn you? 2 and maybe 1.5%, 3% a year? We can do a lot better than that. Tell me, Mr. Dinkins, where do you want you to send your kids? To Harvard or Yale?
We fade to the interior of the mess hall at day.
He didn't say that.
God is my witness. And Deacons, he just blinks for a second and then laughs his ass off. Afterward, he actually shook Andy's hand.
My ass.
Shook his fucking hand, just about shit myself. All Andy needed was a suit and a tie and a little jiggly hula girl on his desk, and he would have been Mr. Dufresne, if you please. Making yourself some friends, huh, Andy?
I wouldn't say friends. I'm a convicted murderer who provides sound financial planning. That's a wonderful pet to have.
Got you out of the laundry, didn't it?
Maybe it can do more than that. How about expanding the library? Get some new books in here.
How do you expect to do that, Mr. Dufresne, if you please?
Ask the warden for funds.
Son. I've had 6 wardens through here during my tenure, and I've won one great unmutable truth of the universe. Ain't one of them been born whose asshole don't pucker up tight as a snare drum when you ask him for funds.
Here of the main building hallway at day 1949. It's Norton and Andy coming up the hall.
Not a dime. My budget's stretched thin as it is.
I see. Perhaps I could write to the state senate and request funds directly from them.
As far as them Republican boys in Augusta are concerned, there's only 3 ways to spend the taxpayers' hard-earned when it comes to prisons. More walls, more bars, more guards.
Still, I'd like to try with your permission. I'll send a letter a week. They can't ignore me forever.
Sure they can, but you write your letters if it makes you happy. I'll even mail them for you. How's that?
I wonder if Hang on a second, y'all. I might need to hit that echo cancellation on this. Hear some cracking. Y'all hear that cracking?
Crack-a-lackin'? Yep. Is that Nikki coughing?
It's time to feed him.
I think. Ooh.
What?
Are you handling that, Izzy? I'm sorry.
That's a chat. Yeah.
Things
I'll
seem
pause
to be
for a minute. Check. No, I got it. Damn it.
Turds. Everybody's got an echo.
Is it you, Steve-O? Oh no, it's gone now. She got it fixed, I think. Sorry about that. Sometimes y'all, and some of y'all don't know, if you hear a cracking noise, if you go into the mic settings and hit echo cancellation, it'll clean it up. But you have to do it. Sometimes you got to do it every 10 minutes, maybe. On any given person, you just never know. But that's been my experience. Yeah, we're going to try to get to the intermission tonight, y'all. And the next reading, we'll do the second half, okay?
Okay.
So we're not too far away right now. Let's see here. Got Norton, you sure can. Did you say that line yet?
Sure can. But you got your letters if it makes you happy. I'll have them for you. How's that?
Now that cracking's even worse now, damn. Okay, let's see if she can clear that up. We'll get back to you in a second. Interior of Andy's cell at night. Andy's on his bunk writing a letter.
So Andy started writing a letter a week, just like he said. And just like Norton said, Andy got no answers. But he still kept on. The following April, Andy did tax returns for half the guards at Shawshank. Year after that, he did them all, including the wardens. Yes, sir, Andy was a regular H&R Block. In fact, he got so busy at tax time, he was allowed a staff.
We see Red and Brooks doing filing chores.
Say, Red, can you hand me a stack of those 1040s?
Got me out of the wood shop 1 month out of the year, and that was fine by me.
The interior of the guard desk, Norton's outer office. Andy enters and drops a letter on the outgoing stack.
And he still kept sending those letters.
Exterior of the exercise yard. Day, it's 1954 now. Floyd runs into the yard, scared and winded. He finds Andy and Red on the bleachers.
Red, Andy, it's Brooks.
Interior of the prison library, Andy's office. In the day, Floyd rushes in with Andy and Red at his heels. They find Jigger and Snooze trying to calm Brooks, who has Haywood in a chokehold and a knife to his throat. Haywood is terrified.
Come on, Brooksy. Why don't you just calm the fuck down, okay?
Goddamn miserable puke-eating sons of whores.
He kicks over a table. Tax files explode through the air.
What the hell's going on?
Tell me, man. Second he was fine. Came out with the knife. I better get the guards.
No, we'll handle this. Ain't that right, Brooks? Just settle down and we'll talk about it, okay?
Nothing left to talk about. It's all talked out. Nothing left now but to cut his fucking throat.
Why? Well, what's Haywood done to you?
That's what they want. It's the price I gotta pay.
Andy steps forward, rivets Brooks with a gaze.
Now, Brooks, you're not going to hurt Haywood. We all know that. Even Haywood knows it. Right, Haywood?
Sure, I know that. Sure.
Why, ask anyone. They'll tell you Brooks Hatlin is a reasonable man.
Yeah, that's right. That's what everybody says.
You're not fooling anybody. Just put the damn knife down and stop scaring the shit out of people.
But it's the only way they'll let me stay.
The storm is over. Haywood staggers free, grasping for air. Andy takes the knife and passes it to Red. Brooks dissolves into Andy's arms with great heaving sobs.
Come on, man. Take it easy. You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Him? What about me, crazy old fool? I damn near slit my throat.
You've had worse from shaving. What'd you do to set him off?
Nothing. Just came in to say fairly well. And you heard his parole came through. Red and Andy exchange a surprised look. Andy wants to understand. Red just motions to let it be for now. Puts his arm around Brooks, who sobs inconsolably.
Ain't that bad, old hoss? Won't be long until you're squiring pretty young girls on your arm and telling them lies.
The exterior prison yard bleachers at dusk, 1954.
I just don't understand what happened in there. That's all.
Old man's crazy as a rat in a tin shit house is what?
Haywood enough. Ain't nothing wrong with Brooksy. He's just institutionalized, that's all.
Institutionalized my ass?
Man's been here 50 years. That's all he knows. In here, he's a important man. He's an educated man. A librarian. Out there, he's nothing but a used up old con with arthritis in both hands. Couldn't even get a library card if he applied. You trying to see what I'm saying? You seen what I'm saying?
Red, I do believe you. Talking out your ass.
Believe what you want, but these walls are funny. First you hate them, then you get used to them. After long enough, you get so you depend on them. That's institutionalized.
Shit, I can never get that way.
Nez?
Yes.
Well,
Say
let
that
me see.
we're near now.
I think we're getting too much crackling out of Nez's mic for some reason.
Say that when
I've done.
Is it you trying to fix that?
I've done everything I can. I've done it. I've done it every way I can. I've echo on and off. I've bounced it back and forth, and it's still either staticky or.
It sounds like
see
Shawshank.
if you can go out and come back in and see if it corrects itself. And we'll just continue.
I'd like to see that video, Lizzie. Doing it every way you
If
can.
it's just-
I'd go over 10% for that.
If it's just her, then I don't know.
Poor joke, sir.
Goddamn right. They send you here for life, and that's just what they take. Part that counts, anyway.
Interior of the library at dawn. Brooks stands on a chair poised at the bars of a window, cradling Jake in his arms.
I can't take care of you no more, Jake. You go on now. You're free.
He tosses Jake through the bars. Road flaps away. Exterior of Shawshank Prison, the main gate, day 1954. Two short siren blasts herald the opening of the gate. Brooks walks out, tears stream down his face. Looks back. Red, Andy, and the others stand in the inner fence, seeing him off. The massive gate closes. Terror of the bus in the day. Brooks is riding the bus, clutching the seat before him, gripped by the terror of speed and motion.
Dear fellas, I can't believe how fast things move on the outside. I saw an automobile once when I was young. Now, they're everywhere.
Brooks comes trudging up the sidewalk. He glances up as a prop-driven airliner streaks in low overhead.
The world went and got itself in a big damn hurry.
He arrives at the Brewster. It ain't much to look at. Here at the Brewster Hotel at day 1954. The woman leads Brooks up the stairs toward the top floor. He has trouble climbing so many stairs.
No music in your room after 8 p.m. No guests after 9. No cooking except the hot plate.
Well, that sounds much better.
People even talk faster and louder.
Interior Brooks' room day. Brooks enters the room small, old, dingy. heavy wooden beams crossing the ceiling. He just stands there like a man waiting for a bus.
The parole board got me into this halfway house called the Brewster, and a job bagging groceries at the Foodway.
Make sure he double bags. Last time your man didn't double bag and the bottom ear came out.
You double bag like the lady says, understand?
Yes, sir, double bag, surely will. It's hard work. I try to keep up, but my hands hurt most of the time. I don't think the store manager likes me very much.
Exterior of the park in the day, Brooks sits alone on a bench, feeding pigeons.
Sometimes after work, I go to the park and feed the birds. I keep thinking Jake might show up and say hello, but he never does. I hope wherever he is, he's doing okay, making new friends.
Interior Brooks' room at night. It's dark, traffic outside. Brooks wakes up, disoriented, afraid. Somewhere in the night, loud arguments taking place.
I have trouble sleeping at night. The bed's too big. I have bad dreams like I'm falling. I wake up scared. Sometimes it takes me a while to remember where I am. Maybe I should get me a gun and rob the Foodway so they'd send me home. I could shoot the manager while I was at it, sort of like a bonus.
Interior Brooks' room in the day. He's packing his worldly possessions into the carry bag. Undershirt, socks, etc.
But I guess I'm too old for that sort of nonsense anymore.
Interior Brooks' room shortly later. He's dressed in a suit. He finishes knotting his tie. Puts his hat on his head. The letter lies on the desk, stamped and ready for mailing. His bag's by the door.
I don't like it here. I'm tired of being afraid all the time. I've decided not to stay.
He takes one last look around. Only one thing left to do. Steps to a wooden chair in the center of the room. Pulls out a pocket knife. Glances up at the ceiling beam. He steps up onto the chair. It wobbles queasily. Now facing the beam, he carves a message into the wood. Brooks Hatland was here. He smiles with a sort of inner peace.
I doubt they'll kick up any fuss. Not for an old crook like me.
We close tight on the chair. His weight shifts on the wobbly chair and it goes out from under him. His feet remain where they are. Kicking feebly in midair, his hat falls to the floor. The angle widens as we see Brooks has hanged himself. He swings gently, facing the open. Traffic noise floats over. All right, guys, intermission. That's where we're going to end tonight.
Magnificent. And
I'm happy with the way it went. I just need to cut all that fluff out of there, so I'll get off of here.
Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Venus, any thoughts?
You're muted, baby.
I'm trying to get my background to show up like Caucasian, but I can't make it happen. So
you must be a glorious specimen of a mammal, and then you can have backgrounds.
I'll keep working on it. I'll keep working on it. No, man, I thought Pat Penn might want to come up. I didn't mean to interrupt with that, but I'm sure.
No, by all means, I'm still looking for a few people. I think y'all filled in the small roles pretty well. Got a little bit of work to do on that.
I think it's great, really. I think I'm just thankful that we're doing this. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it.
Good. I'm still glad to hear that. This is just a big production. You know, it's almost even more work than The Wizard of Oz was. And whoever was in that show, y'all know what we put into that. But part of it's my fault for I've been a little bit behind on things. But I feel like it's coming together. We will get a lot of that stuff cut out, you know. I kind of need to go through it with y'all in a way to see what needs to go away. Because if I take out too much, I mean, I did it before. Remember, Bingus, when we did the Christmas Carol? That suggestion that you made, and all, it made the show come back together. But I don't think anybody will hold it against us.
No,
How you doing, Nez? I think that helped when you left and came back in.
Okay.
You did come back. You did leave, right, and come back.
Yeah. Yep. I did exactly as you asked me
Because it
to.
was cracking so bad, I couldn't understand it, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. It must be a StreamYard thing because I didn't touch a damn
Yeah,
thing.
no, StreamYards does that every now and then. We watch Manic, and he's got to refresh his stuff, and it goes away.
Okay. Caucasian, you sounded good.
Thanks, sir.
I didn't hear any audio issues that I can think of there. Are you content with everything the way it's going?
Got no problems with it. Whatever you need.
Well, we're about right midway through it all. So, hey, Nikki, I see you back there. Hey.
Hi, Nikki. Hi, Bert. I miss you guys.
You must just like giggle up a storm over there listening to Steve-O do all those voices.
Sometimes she just kind of dips out because she's got to go giggle.
One of these days, I want to get the two of us together and see if we could have an argument in 15 different voices all at the same time.
15 different voices? You kidding?
Only 27? Well, I can't even do that high.
Nah, I don't know if I got 27.
Well, you're going to have to make a decision at some point.
Okay, well, we'll try it out.
Yeah. That's brilliant, dude. I think we can make a channel on that.
Everybody,
I'd like to have an
I think
argument.
I said, hey, everybody in chat through, you know, I tried to text and everything. See here. Hey, Janica, how you doing? Phil Guy 316.
Still looking for Gadget.
Blood Dragoon.
Not this time, Gadget.
Yeah, because like right now we're at an hour and a half in, and we're halfway. So if we didn't cut any fluff out, it'd be a 3-hour show. It really needs to be like closer to 2 hours. Maybe, you know, with intermission, 2.5 hours.
2 hours.
Ned, are you working on some artwork for the show, you think?
I haven't done anything yet, but I think I'm about ready to get started with some. Yep.
Okay, sounds good. Heck yeah.
I just finally picked up my Wizard of Oz stuff.
Yeah.
I handed it to Lions.
If y'all haven't seen it yet, go watch over on Nez's channel the collaboration they did the other day with Flowers Falling. It's great.
Had an appearance from Arnold. Arnold was there. He was talking in the background.
We got giggly. We got the giggles. And then we also impersonating Scully. So yeah, well, watch the replay. You'll find out.
Scully
I thought we were going to be
all
blackballed.
weekend.
Yeah, I
try
think I
not
gave
to
my
imitate
boys some
actual
good exercise tonight.
We were going
See,
up the
don't
wrong
let them up
trail.
I try not to do actual people. People get mad at me.
We are here to mess you up.
We are here to pump you up.
Scully's voice was the GPS in Burnt's car. That was great. You're going to want to make a right turn over here to that.
You got to turn left up here, right around the corner.
In 3.4 miles. Take a ride.
Scully even knew when we were at Hocking Hills when we were going down the wrong trail.
Yep.
Y'all on the wrong trail.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, then we went to a barbecue place, and you didn't like the spicy. This ranch is too spicy. Why they put so much spice in this ranch?
That's some Grey Poupon.
Then we thought you were going to
Can I
blackball
get a
us.
shot of
Don't
Grey?
let him up here no more. Is he?
Don't put them up here, Izzy. They
Don't
making
put
fun
them
of
up
me.
Oh, we love you, man. We do.
I'll give Izzy a round of applause for putting up.
Oh,
with all
yes.
this tonight.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
New
she has to
fish,
work
new
it out
fish.
for us. And all our wonderful moderators in chat. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and finding time to be a part of our show. Without you, it couldn't be possible. I think that we'll probably do the second half next week, next Tuesday. Just give me some time to get this script right and everything, and we'll see how y'all feel about it. You know, I'm not sure if we'll be able to do the show that Saturday or not, but
I have a theory we'll have to cut something out the second half. Just about guaranteed.
Yeah. I just need to be ruthless with the script. I mean, a lot of people know the story, and you're just going to get the gist of what's going on listening to us do the theater production. So, you know, we've got to still cut a lot out, you know?
Yeah, but you kind of got to hear us go through and do the lines to be able to figure out what parts fit and what don't. So
yeah, it's true.
Got to do it.
I mean, I have a much better idea now about the first half. So, and I really haven't gotten to the end on the second half, even personally. So
we haven't done an ending yet.
It takes a while to edit these scripts. I don't know if any of y'all ever worked with Word documents like that, but it can get a little bit hairy and choppy and
yes, Scully. Word wrap once. It's true.
Oh, mercy.
Very true. Very true.
I remember when we had given Peter Pan's script to Ajot, she was like, "Yeah, I can do that. We'll have it ready tomorrow night." And it was a week later, and she ain't even hardly got nothing done. She was about to lose her mind. I said, "Well, I don't know. I guess you know, just don't know what you're getting into with something like that." So
yeah, no, it's especially when you're dealing with different versions and different iterations for different people, that gets serious.
Yeah, and you know, also, I mean, I kind of got to chop it up here and there anyway, just so I can skirt around copyright issues and things like that. Not that anybody really cares, you know, but you don't want to get in too many bad habits. But I mean,
because I've been able to, my experience, as long as you stay away from their music and you don't specifically try to imitate their or imitate too well their lines. It's a problem,
right? Well, would y'all like me to get, when I get the script cleaned up and the first half, just send you a copy of it so y'all can kind of, you know, get familiar with it and stuff like that?
Yes,
well, I'd like that quite a bit, sir. If you don't mind.
No problem. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream.
As long as you don't start turning all the frogs gay, it'll be just fine. We'll read the script and get together on it. We'll be able to work it out.
Oh, you want to talk about gray frogs, huh?
Right.
Oh, can we talk about gay chicken? Gay chicken tastes totally different. Tastes kind of funny.
I'm going to take the responsibility for that one. That was my fault.
What the hell is that?
Oh, this is Kono-san.
It's Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders. Colonel-san.
I've seen that mask before. I know what it is.
He was supposed to bring it. He didn't bring it.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
It's Kentucky Fried Colonel. Oh, Colonel-san.
On the whole screen, yeah, thanks.
I was trying to blow him up. I want to see that.
Well, that's what she said.
Oh, that's what she said. Oh, yeah. So. Oh. What's up? What on? What off? No, you do.
You're only allowed to use that when you're doing mushrooms. That's it. That's the only time you're allowed to do Colonel.
No. I think adrenochrome is acceptable as well.
Steve-O, will you do me something tonight? Will you end the stream with an outro, man?
With an outro? How would you like me to do, sir?
Oh gosh, let's think about how we want to do this. Well, just do me like, I'm Scully, the author that reads to you. Buckle up. It's quite the ride. We'll see you on the other side. Something like that.
I'm Scully. Let me take this off.
Yeah, take the damn mask off.
I'm Scully, and the author that reads to you. And I'd like to thank you for hanging out with us. It was a wild ride. Hope y'all have a great night. Gonna blast off into Neverland.
And we'll see you
And
on
we'll
the
see
other
you
side.
on the other side.
You gotta have Where would you be now?
Tingle Green.